Eleanor tried to forget the nightmare, but the memory of the creature haunted her. She moved to a secluded cabin deep in the Ozarks, hoping for peace. Weeks passed, and life resumed a semblance of normalcy, though a lingering unease persisted. One evening, as darkness enveloped the forest, Eleanor sat by the fireplace with a book. The familiar sounds of the night soothed her until she heard a faint whispering, barely audible but unmistakable. Her heart skipped a beat. She tried to dismiss it as the wind, but the whispering grew louder, more distinct. A sudden knock on the door made her jump. She wasn't expecting anyone, especially not at this hour. Fear crept in, but she forced herself to approach the door. Peering through the peephole, she saw nothing but darkness. "Who's there?" she called, her voice trembling. There was no response, just the whispering, now right outside. She opened the door a crack. The cold night air rushed in, and for a moment, there was only silence. Then, from the shadows, the creature emerged. Its glowing eyes pierced the darkness, its elongated limbs moving unnaturally. Eleanor stumbled back, slamming the door shut. The whispering turned into a cacophony, filling her mind with relentless noise. The creature circled the cabin. Panic surged through her. She grabbed the iron poker, her only defense. The whispers grew deafening. Eleanor clutched her head, trying to block out the sound. A loud bang on the door shattered the silence. The creature was trying to get in. With a final, desperate effort, she ran to the back door and threw it open. She sprinted into the forest, branches tearing at her clothes and skin. She ran until her legs gave out, collapsing in a small clearing. The forest was silent again. Just as she caught her breath, a low, guttural voice broke the silence. "You cannot escape," it hissed. She spun around. The creature stood there, its eyes glowing with malevolent intelligence. It moved closer, its limbs bending and stretching unnaturally. It reached out with a clawed hand and grabbed her wrist, its touch ice-cold and paralyzing. The whispering returned, louder and more frenzied. "You belong to the forest now," it said. Eleanor struggled, but her strength was fading. The creature's grip tightened, pulling her closer. In a final, desperate act, she swung the iron poker with all her remaining strength. The creature shrieked and released her. "You cannot escape," it repeated, blurring into the shadows. "You will never escape." With her last bit of energy, Eleanor ran back to the cabin. She knew the creature would always be there, watching, waiting. She had escaped tonight, but the forest would call her back, and when it did, the creature would be ready to claim her.